Fran wanted me to talk about some of the bills that we're supporting and opposing, and kind of instead of doing that, I'm going to just say we got that stuff at the website, and y'all ought to just make yourself familiar with it. You know, take a couple minutes. We have 7 or 8 bills. Just in kind of a quick summary, what we're looking at when we decide about bills that we're going to support or oppose, we really try to think of the bills that are most focused on what we see and what we experience on the roads and what's going to help us, right? So there's one, and now there's actually 2 about reckless driving, right? We see this a lot. It seems to have gotten worse in the last years. So we've supported a couple bills now that will hold these reckless drivers more accountable. You know, we know the stakes are way higher when we encounter one of these folks than someone else on the road. So that's very important to us. Another one that we've supported in the past and now is back this year is the Grieving Families Act, right? This is basically for the surviving victims after someone's killed in a wrongful death case, which unfortunately riders, we know a little bit too much about that. Those survivors have some limitations in what they can recover in terms of their legal recourse. So the Grieving Families Act does a lot to kind of address problems that we have from our laws that go back to the Civil War times. We're one of only 2 states in the country that have not updated our laws in this way, and so the Grieving Families Act is one that we're supporting. There's a profiling bill that we're glad is back again. This is about training for our police officers. We always tend to support the blue, and that will continue, and this bill would offer them training so that those folks out there that have only seen Sons of Anarchy and make their opinions of us that way, they have to know that we're not just kind of an easy target for writing up a ticket, right? So things like that are the things that we look for because they affect again what we do and what we experience on the roads. I don't think I got too much else to say other than thank you all for what you do for ABATE and representing the motorcycle riding community. Our president of ABATE in New York has made our focus this year on membership. So, dig in that way. It's not easy, but it's got to be done. And, we got folks that support us in many ways. And, all we need really from them is their $30 and maybe they come and join us for a run or a meeting or something like that. So let's get that going. And thanks so much for having us out here. And let's have a great ride today. I remember Barry talking about adventure and thrill. So let's make sure we try to get some of that today, I guess. All right. Thanks, folks.